We're just over a week away from the Switch 2 launch, and a month ago, I was lucky to pre-order mine from Best Buy. All sorts of craziness happened when pre-orders went live. GameStop had lines out the door full of people wanting to pre-order the system, and it sold out everywhere. Once the prices were revealed, people were predicting doom and gloom for the Switch 2. But all those people complaining about the prices, demanding Nintendo to drop their prices, well, high prices did not stop the Switch 2 from selling out fast. And it's expected to have sold 6 or even 8 million units right out of the gate. So no, it's not going to be another Wii U situation like some are saying, especially when it's expected to have sold more than half the Wii U lifetime sales at launch. In fact, the Switch 2 launch is having historic levels of success. Back in 2006, when the Wii was new, people were running into Target to get a Wii. It wasn't like that at all when the Wii U came out. When I go to get my Switch 2, I can expect to see camping tents outside of stores, as well as lines out the door. On to the next topic. A Switch 2 DS model needs to happen, because ever since the 3DS ended production almost 5 years ago, there hasn't been anything like it. There's rumors that a second screen accessory is coming for the Switch 2, and if it does happen, they need to come out with a smaller pocketable model of the Switch 2 that has the second screen by default, along with the camera built in. It could even have an outer camera for taking pictures. It would literally be a modernized DS that plays Switch and Switch 2 games. Nintendo is going to add DS games to Nintendo Switch Online at some point, and it would be the ideal model for that. Nintendo has released special controllers for their home console libraries that you can only get from the My Nintendo store with an online membership, so you can play the games the way they're meant to be played. But making a whole new model of the Switch 2 that follows the DS concept will take that to the next level. We need something to fill the void of having no true 3DS successor, and there is a market for that, since there hasn't been another device like it since the 3DS entered production back in 2020. They can even make new games that take advantage of two screens. If this happens, the Switch 2 DS model would likely be a large chunk of the Switch 2 sales, so the DS concept must be revived. They might also update existing Switch 2 games to make use of the second screen.